Listen up, guys. What started as a celebration of soccer has just taken a turn into a literal witch hunt. FIFA has absolutely no sympathy for Argentina's tears, and they just dropped a massive bombshell that could sideline several key stars of the Scaloni era for a very long time. And watch out, because this situation is blowing up right as the entire world continues to question those controversial, scandalous refereeing decisions that many believe were a blatant, forced push to get Argentina into the final. But it looks like the honeymoon phase between FIFA and Argentina is officially over. We are talking full-scale disciplinary cases aiming for severe, exemplary punishments, not just simple fines. Has the protective shield that FIFA seemingly gave the Argentines finally shattered? Are they trying to completely wipe the Albiceleste off the soccer map? Stick around, because right now we are revealing the exact names and heavy charges that currently have the Argentine Football Association shaking. It is officially confirmed FIFA has launched formal disciplinary proceedings against multiple Argentine players and Spain's Gavi following the chaotic post-match altercations at the end of the World Cup final. But the Argentine Football Association is also facing some incredibly serious allegations concerning unsportsmanlike conduct from both their players and fans, specifically involving acts of clear discrimination and hateful racist behavior. That is right, guys. Things just got complicated because the looming sanctions could be incredibly harsh. What many assumed had finally ended with the closing whistle of the World Cup is now entering a brand new, dramatic phase. The final match is already written in the history books, with Spain proudly lifting the trophy, but for several prominent members of the Argentine national team, this battle is far from over. FIFA has just formally confirmed the opening of a massive disciplinary investigation that could bring severe, long-lasting consequences for both specific players and the Argentine Football Association itself. Those absolutely embarrassing, viral images that quickly spread across the globe right after the match made it incredibly clear how terrible of losers some of these Argentine players really are, and now, those moments will be officially reviewed by the disciplinary committee of soccer's ultimate governing body. The ethics investigator has already handed in the official report, and relying heavily on those findings, FIFA decided to open formal cases against multiple key players involved in the chaotic clashes that erupted right after the final whistle in New Jersey. Among the primary targets are Leandro Paredes, Nahuel Molina, Thiago Almada, and Roberto Ayala, a key member of the coaching staff led by Lionel Scaloni. On the Spanish side, the only player currently under fire is Gavi, though in his specific case, the investigation is strictly focused on alleged unsportsmanlike behavior. However, the most severe and critical situation seems to rest heavily on the shoulders of the Albiceleste squad. According to the official press release issued by FIFA, Nahuel Molina is facing two separate charges of physical assault, with one of those completed and the other classified as an attempted assault, on top of a charge for unsportsmanlike conduct. Meanwhile, Leandro Paredes is facing an even more complicated situation. The midfielder is dealing with three distinct charges related to violent physical altercations that broke out right after the match concluded. Video replays clearly showed the player completely losing his temper after the final whistle, grabbing Eric Garcia by the neck and sparking a physical confrontation with Gavi. Those actions ultimately resulted in his expulsion. For his part, Thiago Almada is under investigation for unsportsmanlike behavior, while Roberto Ayala, a prominent member of the coaching staff, must answer for a serious assault charge after shoving Dani Olmo during the absolute peak of the post-game tension. And pay close attention, because the case does not end there. But before we dive deeper, hit that like button, subscribe to stay updated, and turn on all notifications. Seriously, guys, that simple click helps us out immensely as we keep bringing you these deep dive stories. Now, getting right back into the details, FIFA has also launched a direct, formal disciplinary case against the entire Argentine Football Association. This means the investigation is not just looking at the chaotic individual actions of a few angry players, but is instead aiming to find out if there was a systemic institutional failure during the tournament. The specific articles under review are incredibly serious. The first major violation falls under Article 13 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code, which strictly forbids utilizing live sporting events to display messages or statements completely unrelated to the actual game. They are also investigating Article 14, which targets improper conduct. Additionally, FIFA is investigating potential breaches of Article 15, which deals with discrimination and racist behavior. Finally, Article 17, which strictly governs order and stadium security during matches, has also been added to this growing file. This part of the case covers discriminatory chants and fans throwing dangerous objects onto the pitch, along with delays in starting the matches, violating official protocols and displaying messages deemed highly inappropriate. In other words, FIFA has plenty of solid evidence to throw the book at the Argentinians with some truly massive sanctions. Although soccer's governing body has not yet explicitly pointed out which message actually triggered this part of the investigation, several international media outlets are pointing directly to that banner unfurled by some Argentinian players after their semifinal match against England, which claimed that the Malvinas belonged to Argentina. This simple gesture sparked a massive global debate and triggered immediate international backlash because the official FIFA rulebook strictly and explicitly forbids using any sanctioned tournament matches to promote political statements or territorial claims. But for now, soccer officials have not officially confirmed that this banner constitutes a rules violation, meaning it will be up to this official disciplinary process to decide whether a real rule violation actually took place. Now, you are probably wondering what kind of heavy punishments could be handed down if the disciplinary committee finds these charges to be true. For the actual players, FIFA's disciplinary code actually outlines a very wide range of potential penalties, all depending on how severe the incident is. These options include multi-match suspensions from official tournament play, heavy financial fines, and even temporary bans from participating in any official events organized directly by FIFA. Because of this, when physical assaults occur against opposing players, members of coaching staff, or the game officials, such a committee has the full power to issue suspensions that can easily exceed several official matches, especially when an individual faces multiple disciplinary charges at once, like Leandro Paredes. For Nahuel Molina, facing several charges at the same time means these penalties could also pile up, and if his responsibility is finally established. As for Roberto Ayala, since he is a member of the coaching staff, FIFA can likewise hit him with suspensions from carrying out his duties on the bench, alongside significant financial fines. As for Spain's Gavi, because his case only involves alleged unsportsmanlike conduct rather than physical violence, his disciplinary outlook appears to be far less severe, though the committee will make the final call on any punishment. Still, the case that likely worries the Argentine Football Association the most is the institutional one. If FIFA ultimately concludes that there were violations tied directly to discrimination, stadium security lapses, or political messaging, the punishments could range from heavy financial fines to official warnings, reducing the number of fans allowed inside stadiums for future matches, closing off sections of the stands, or even forcing teams to play behind closed doors in FIFA matches. For the most severe cases, the disciplinary code even allows for docking points or forcing them to play matches on neutral ground, though these exceptionally harsh measures are typically reserved only for repeat offenses or very severe incidents, so they cannot be taken for granted in this ongoing case. Remember, though, that absolutely none of these penalties have been handed down just yet. Opening this official case simply means that FIFA believes there is enough evidence to launch a formal inquiry into the events. From now on, both the players and the Argentine Football Association can now present evidence and submit video footage to make their official defense statements and fully explain their side of the story before the disciplinary committee reaches a final decision. Everything points to this process dragging on for at least several weeks, as FIFA will need to carefully analyze the official broadcast footage along with the referee reports and statements from everyone involved in the incident, and any other evidence that both sides bring forward. Meanwhile, the massive controversy keeps on snowballing. So what originally started as a wild celebration for Spain and deep frustration for the Argentinians ended up becoming one of the most high-profile disciplinary cases to come out of a World Cup final in recent memory. Right now, the ultimate question is whether FIFA will choose to hand down landmark punishments to send a clear, powerful message about proper behavior both on and off the pitch, or if they will instead just look the other way, with the final measures ending up far more moderate after hearing explanations from everyone involved. The only certain thing is that the dramatic story of this final has not written its final chapter yet, and the ultimate ruling from the disciplinary committee could set a highly significant precedent for future international competitions. Do you believe FIFA needs to crack down hard on those involved, or do you think these incidents were simply a natural byproduct of the immense tension of a World Cup final? Leave us your thoughts in the comments below, and remember, if this story of soccer drama gripped you, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more. Be sure to share this with your fellow soccer fans so they can stay updated as this wild scandal continues to unfold. Much love, my friends. Thank you so much for your incredible support. See you in the next one.